And video settings, please. Guys, everyone, please check your audio and video settings, please. Why, guys? Strength is less, though it is common topic. Okay, no problem. Happy Christmas. Everyone concentrate. So there is a term called metadata. What do you mean by metadata, boss? Data about data, either passing more information about existing information or gathering more information about existing information, right? Okay. So data about data is called metadata or information about information. It is data about data or info about info. Information about information. Okay. Here, here, either we gather data about existing data or we pass more data about existing info, existing data. Okay, guys. See, you're walking on the road. You found a good car. Somehow you got its name. Go to internet. You will gather more information about it or not. Yes, metadata. Yes, metadata. Understanding my statement. Okay. Yes. You know one cousin. Someone. Okay. Someone asked about him. So you will try to give every information about him or not there. Metadata. His basic details are data and giving extra information. Okay. Extra information is called metadata. Providing extra information is called metadata. Understanding my statement or not there? Super, guys. Right. Okay. So in Java, we can do, in Java programming, we can do, we can do metadata operations in multiple ways. In multiple ways. Okay. Approach one using multiple ways. Approach one. Tell me here. Using comments. Using comments is metadata concept or not there? Using comments. Private int is holds the person is. Yes, age is the variable. I'm just trying to hold, giving more knowledge, more information about that age by taking the support of comment or not there. Yes, using comments. Next, approach to. Okay, approach to. Number one, using comments. Number two, come on, guys. Number one, holds the person is. Private int is. Private int is. Next, using modifiers. Using modifiers. Private static final string. Private static final string. Okay. Private static final string. Final string. I just want to have some name, some message. Otherwise, we'll take private static final float pi is equal to 3.14. Yeah, forget about this. See, these modifiers are giving more information. Final, we cannot modify the data. Static, it can be accessed without object. Private should be used within the class. So see, pi is equal to 3.14 is the data. Pi is the variable holding 3.14. Float, data type. But the static, final, private are providing more information about the data or not there. Come on, indirectly we are providing more information about the variable, right? So modifiers also giving extra information are not there. Okay. Next, approach number 3, using XML configurations. Using XML configurations. Yeah, sometimes, okay, using XML files also will provide metadata, guys. For example, mm, example, configuration of servlet component in web.xml file. What we do, guys, using servlet comma servlet hyphen mapping tags. Okay. Configuration of Java classes as Spring Beans in Spring Bean configuration file. Next, configuration of Java classes as entity classes. Entity classes in a Hibernate mapping file. What file, guys? Spring Bean configuration file, Hibernate mapping file, servlet and servlet mapping tags. I hope you are understanding my point there. Come on. Yeah, see, servlet is a Java class, but we are giving more information about servlet to container using servlet and servlet mapping tags or not. Spring Bean is a Java class. We are giving more information about that Java class to Spring container using what? Spring Bean configuration file or not. Yes or no? Na? Come on, come on. Java classes are Java classes are Java. Entity classes are ordinary classes, but we are giving more information about those classes in Hibernate mapping file or not. Everyone getting my point there or not there? Okay. In these XML files, we are passing more details about Java classes. We are passing more details about Java classes. Okay, Java classes uh, to their underlaying container oblique server oblique framework. Underlying container oblique server oblique framework. Everyone understood my point, guys? Come on. Right. So now I'm giving one thing, guys. Approach 1, approach 2 style metadata operations. Okay, are good, to practice. Good to practice. But XML files based files based metadata operations are having some limitations. XML files based metadata operations are having some limitations. Okay, yes, limitations. They are what they are. They are number one. Number one. What are the limitations that are we are having with XML files, guys? Right. We need to write Java code and their metadata separately. See Java code in .java file. Come on. Java code in .java file. .java file. Come on. Their metadata in XML file. .xml file. In two separate files. Two separate files. Come on. Two separate files. It kills the readability. It kills the readability. See, boss, where Java class is there, there only you are a Spring Bean. Where Java class is there, there only you are a entity class. Where Java class is there, you are a servlet. That is easy. Information about that Java class in XML file definitely kills the readability of the Java code or not. Kills the readability of Java code. Are you understanding my statement? Somewhere .java file class is there. Somewhere else it is telling that you are not a normal class, you are a servlet. Understanding my point there? Somewhere Java class is there. Somewhere else in XML file it's saying you are not a normal Java class, you are an entity class. So definitely it kills the readability of Java code or not, guys. Come on. B. B. Tell me, guys. To load and parse, to load and process, to load and process XML files, we need the heavyweight XML parsers. The heavyweight XML parsers, which kills the performance. To load and process XML files, we need the heavyweight XML parsers, which kills the performance. XML parsers are a bit heavy, boss. XML parsers and XML APIs. XML APIs. Understanding my point there? Come on, guys. Like DOM parsers, AX parsers, n number of things. N number of things. N number of things are there. Okay, guys. Next, where Java code is there, where Java code is placed. I think first point is talking about that only. Right. In order to write XML files in any technology or framework based application, we need to understand, we need to understand the technology or framework supplied XSD or DTD rules. We need to understand the technology or framework supplied XSD. Okay. Technology or DTD rules, which is quite complex. Definitely, guys, was what is that? Which is quite complex. Are you getting my point there or not? Come on. All right. Which is quite complex. Are we have, can we use any tags in web.xml? Can we use our choice tags in Spring Bean configuration file? No. We have to follow this one. We have to follow this. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Next one. XML is a separate language to learn. XML is a separate language to learn. Okay, separate language to learn. That means it is not Java. Yes, definitely it's a definitely separate language to learn, guys. Come on. Do you think it's a Java? No, it's not at all Java. Mm. Is it Java? Because again, we have to spend the time on it, right? Okay, fine, boss. Mm. So these are the limitations. Sir, are there any advantages? Are there any advantages? Yes. Okay. Okay, this is by good, sir. But advantages are there or not there? Yes, we have advantages. So how we got limitations? Similarly, we have advantages also. Limitations here, advantages. The advantages are yeah. Okay. Advantages are what? Gives flexibility of modification. Flexibility of modification. Suppose I want to change servlet URL pattern. I want to change servlet logical name. I want to enable load on startup on servlet. Do I need to disturb the Java code, guys? Do I really need to disturb the Java code? No. Gives flexibility of modification. Ability of modification. That means without touching, that means without touching Java code, without touching Java code, we can pass, we can pass inputs or metadata without touching Java code, nothing but source code. Okay, we can pass inputs. Akshay Bhuse, am I presenting XML as a database or I'm presenting XML as a database software? No, na? Then why are you thinking? We can pass inputs or what? Metadata info to Java code. Java code. Indirectly, loose coupling is there or not there? Loose coupling is there or not there? Definitely loose coupling is there. So this is definitely an advantage to consider, guys. No doubt in that. Definitely it is an advantage to consider. Okay, guys. So these are the advantages. But disadvantages are more, advantages are less. So when disadvantages are more, advantages are less, we definitely think about what? Definitely we need to think about alternate, right? Definitely we need to think about alternate. And one more thing is there. Let me talk about. In XML file, compared to data, okay, decoration is more. See, open tag, closing tag. Suppose you have written 20 lines of code in XML, guys. Array, open tag, closing tag only eats entire concept. In between, as a body, as an attribute value, 1, 2 places data will be there. 80% decoration, 20% data. You look at web.xml, sample web.xml. You look at sample web.xml. Okay, I'm searching in the internet. Sample web.xml, guys. See, these many things are there. Na? Data is this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Remaining all are what? Open tag, closing tag, sub tag, super tag. Come on. Data is less, decoration is more. Data is less, description is more. Come on. Data is less, description is more. It's something like this. Person purchased car with 10 lakh rupees. And to get a fancy number of all nines, you spend 6 lakh rupees. Then people says what? Array, your car is compared to car, your car number is costly. Compared to your car number is costly. Come on. Compared to your car number is costly. Come on, guys. You should not be like that, na. You purchased 1 crore car. You purchased 1 crore car and you are spending some amount of time on it. Fine, there is a meaning in that, right? But it's not like that. It's not at all like that. So 10 lakh car and for getting fancy number, you spend 6, 7 lakhs. It's really meaningless or not? Okay, guys. Next one. In XML files, okay, in XML files, compare to data, okay, compare to data, more, more, uh, more focus will be there, will be there. I will write there. I have to write it as a disadvantage. Yeah, yeah, yeah. More focus will be there on description of data. Description of data, nothing but decoration of data. More focus will be there on description of data, nothing but decoration of data. Like open tag, closing tag, maintaining hierarchy of tags. Maintaining the hierarchy of tags. Cut it. Here is what. To overcome the XML files based, to overcome the limitations of, to overcome the limitations of XML files based metadata operations, to overcome the limitations of XML files based metadata operations. Metadata operations. Come on. We need to go for, what is this? We need to go for Java annotations. Okay. Annotations. Annotations which can be placed directly in Java source code, which can be placed directly in Java source code. Fine. I think you understood. I don't have any problem with approach one and approach two of metadata, guys. I have a issue with XML file based metadata. Okay. Because XML file metadata is having only one advantage, flexibility of modification without touching Java source code. But remaining all are disadvantages only. Mm. So that's why to overcome those limitations, we have work with what? We need to work with the annotations. Okay, annotation syntax, guys. So at the rate annotation name, at the rate annotation name. Annotations will have a parameters. These parameters are also called attributes of annotation, also called elements of annotation. Come on. So param1 is equal to val1, param2 is equal to val2, param2 is equal to val2. You can take a number of things. And optional also. Parameters are not compulsory. We can have annotation without parameters also. Okay, guys. So these are like attributes, guys. Okay. Annotation params, attributes, or elements. These are called annotation parameters, attributes, and elements. You can give any name, guys. That's not an issue, guys. Okay, boss. Annotation can be there. Annotation can be there with or without parameters. With or without parameters. Next, annotation without param is called an empty annotation. Annotation without param is called an empty annotation. Example, at the rate override. While writing that, do I need to write any parameters, guys? No. At the rate entity. The people who knows Hibernate, they are aware of it. At the rate entity. Do I need to write any parameter name while working with at the rate entity annotation, guys? They are the empty annotations, guys. They are the empty annotation. Now listen, there are two types of annotations, guys. Two types of annotations. Two types of annotations. Understanding my point there? Yes. Yeah. See, it's not like that you don't know annotations, guys, but I'm just trying to present with what reason annotations came into picture. Because so many people are studying annotations, they're using annotation without knowing why they have come. Today, I want to give clarity on it. Come on. Understanding my point there. So that's why I called it as fundamentals of annotations. So this is the common topic, guys. So here I will talk about all basics of annotations, right? So in Spring class, Spring related annotations we see. In Hibernate batch, Hibernate related annotations we study. In some other course related annotations we study. But here we purely study basics of annotations. Okay, na? Right. Okay. Annotations for API documentation. Okay. Hmm. Okay, annotations for API documentation. Yeah, annotations for API documentation. B. Annotations for programming. Annotations for API documentation from Java 1.0. It is there. From Java 1. From the beginning of Java, they are there. From Java, okay, Java 5, also called JDK 1.5. From Java 5, also called as what? JDK 1.5. So I think you might have studied annotations for documentation, guys. Annotations for documentation. If you open the source code, you will see this kind of annotation. At the rate C, at the rate author, at the rate param, at the rate written, and etc. At the rate C, at the rate author, at the rate param, at the rate written, and etc. So these are what annotations for. These are for annotations for API documentation. What do you say, guys? Come on. These are the annotations for API documentation. They will provide more information in API documentation. Annotations for programming. They are introduced from Java 5, guys. At the rate override, at the rate suppress warnings, at the rate web servlet to configure servlet, at the rate entity, at the rate component to configure Java class as Spring Bean, at the rate bean to configure Java class as Spring Bean. Many things are there. Some of them related to core Java, some of them related to entities. I mean, say Hibernate kind of thing. We have two types of annotation. Someone asked me, sir, what is the definition of annotation? Okay. Always remember, annotation is a Java statement which can be used in Java source code directly to perform metadata operation. It is there to go for code about code activities. Java code about Java code. Code about code activities. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Annotations are Java statements. Annotations are Java statements. Annotations are Java statement that can be placed directly in Java source code. Source code to perform metadata operations. Directly in Java source code itself. Which can be used directly in Java source code itself. These are given. These are given to perform code about code operation. These are given to perform code about code operation. Java code about another Java code. See, when you write at the rate override on the method, we are giving information about Java code to the compiler. Hey method, don't treat it as a inherited and what. A compiler, don't treat it as direct method of this class. Always treat this one as a inherited and overridden method. Which method, guys? Always treat it as inherited and overridden method. Inherited and overridden method. Everyone getting my point there or not there? Right, guys? Okay. Super, guys. So I will. How many of you already worked with practiced documentation annotation? Please speak up. How many of you already aware of documentation annotation in core Java? Did you study documentation annotations? Studied or not studied? Okay, guys. Now listen. Suppose I have opened API documentation of string class, guys. Online help only, I'm telling. String docs. Java string documentation has come. So these effects are there, na? These special effects. Since, see also, coming because of documentation annotation. If you open the constructor, okay, parameters, document annotation, throws, documentation annotation, since because of documentation annotation, okay, parameter through C also it because of document annotation. How can you see that, sir? How can you say that? If you open the source code of string.java, and you can see along with the documentation comments, you will be having documentation annotations also. Can we use them to generate documentation for our own class, sir? Yes, why not? We can do that also. I'll show that also. First of all, let me open the source code of, yeah, Java is open source, guys. Along with the Java software installation, you will get the source code. Here is my Java, guys. Here is my Java. Take any version of Java, src.zip, src.zip. Open with src.zip. Open with WinRAR. Array src.zip contains the source code of the predefined classes. Okay. Java dot next lang dot next Java dot lang dot. After that, what next? String dot Java. Here is my string dot Java view file. Java dot lang dot. What is their string dot Java? See these guys. See these guys. After explanation, documentation comment, guys. This is documentation comment. This star symbol only for decoration. Don't worry. That means new lines will come. Okay, this one. End of the documentation comment, but in the documentation comments, observe at the rate author is there. At the rate author is there. Okay. At the rate C, at the rate C, at the rate since. You take the any constructor or method, guys. You take any constructor or method. Hmm. Okay, this is constructor. This is constructor C. Deprecated. C, C, C. Yes, we have some methods also. Check it out. Get characters. Exception. What is the exception? It will come. Param. What are the parameters it is having? So like this, we have documentation comments or not. Yes, we can use documentation comment to generate API documentation for our own classes also. Are you sure, sir? Yes, definitely it's possible. Okay, can you show me one example on this? Right. Okay, guys. Annotations for API documentation. Annotations for API documentation. Okay, these annotations should be used. These annotation must be used. Annotations must be used along with API documentation comments. These annotations must be used along with API documentation comments. Which comments, guys? API documentation comments. Everyone getting my point? What do you mean by API documentation comments, guys? Java is having three types of comments. You know that, right? These are called documentation comments. These are called what? Documentation comments, guys. To provide highlights in the documentation, like, okay, parameters info, parameters, comma, return types, comma, see also, comma, since, comma, throws, and etc. info, and etc. info, right, and etc. info. Yes, for that one we have a annotations. Have a look on this. If you look on this, what is this? Lowercase boss. And at the end of annotation, no semicolon. Did you observe the syntax? No semicolon here. Don't place, because that is not end of instruction. It is there to give more information about that. Fine. Now I want to give example on documentation annotation. Example on documentation annotations. Documentation annotation. Okay, guys. Okay, now I'll take a small example, not a great one. Small class I will take. Okay, go to uh, G Drive, workspaces, workspaces, tools, not tools. I'll take a separate folder called common topics, guys. Common topics. In this common topic, I will try to develop one .java file. Yeah, you can use Eclipse also. It's not like that. Okay, right. Okay. So, but to feel better, I'm just taking outside one, nothing else. File new Java. File new Java. So let me take one small class, guys. Class arithmetic. What is the spell of arithmetic here? Arithmetic. ARITH. Arithmetic operations. Class arithmetic operations. What is that, guy? Class arithmetic operation. Okay, public class we will try to take. I'll try to keep in a package. com.nt.docs are some package name, guys. Package com dot slash star star gives info about gives info about okay, otherwise we'll write about the class, guys. Performs arithmetic operations. Performs arithmetic operations like mm, sum, sum, mul, okay, div, div, subtraction, and etc. Listen, if you are interested, you can see them in HTML effects also, no problem, and etc. The star symbol not only gives this. Okay, now here what is this? At the rate author. At the rate author. You need not to mug up anything. You can inspire from here. You can at the rate author space author name. Okay, Raja. This is at the rate author. Lowercase only, guys. At the rate since from where I am using. Okay. Since 1.0. At the rate since. At the rate C, which gives me C also effect. At the rate C. Oh, at the rate C is not there. At the rate C. At the rate C. Now you can write the one more class name. You can happily write what? If it is class name, fine. If it is a method name, you have to write two string kind of thing. Yeah, that star symbol will give new line kind of thing. Optional. If you are still you want to get new line, you can go for BR kind of thing. at the rate C, come on, java dot lang dot math class. Yes, I am asking to see what math class as alternate. Fine, boss. At the rate since at the rate author. Okay, I don't take much things. Public into some into A comma into B. Return A plus B. Okay. Yeah. Method documentation on the top of method. Member variable documentation on the top of member variable. Class documentation on the top of class. That's it. At the rate star star. Performs perform some operation. Perform some operation. Everyone getting my point there? Come on, guys. Performs some operation. Okay, that means addition. Perform some operation. Okay. Next, star symbol. Here, what is this? At the rate param. At the rate param. Inspire. Don't mug up because we cannot remember everything, guys, in your small brain. Okay. Here you observe at the rate param. At the rate param. What is that? Parameter and purpose of that. Purpose of that. At the rate param A first value. At the rate param B second value. At the rate param B second value. Yes. Stop. At the rate return what it returns. At the rate return what it returns. No, I just want to see show the syntax, nothing else. At the rate return purpose. That's it. At the rate return purpose we have to mention. Okay. Return the sum of two values. Returns the sum of the given two values. Returns the sum of given two values. Returns the sum of given two values. Is that clear, guys? Come on. Are you understanding my statement? Yes. Like this, we can write documentation. Suppose I want to see this one in bold and italic. Bold, open. I want to even see in italic. Italic, open, italic, closing. Save this one. Wherever you want, you can save it. G drive, workspaces, common topics. So here, what is the class name I have taken? Arithmetic, ARITH. Arithmetic operations dot Java. What dot Java, guys? Arithmetic operations dot Java. Cool, guys. Arithmetic operations dot Java. Right. Go for CMD. CMD. So compilation is important, but rather than this, we have to use one tool called Java doc tool. What tool, guys? Java. It will generate documentation, boss. Okay. Java tool. And it internally uses compiler. If any syntactical mistakes are there, it will tell. Okay, what is this? ARITH, arithmetic operations dot Java. Arithmetic operations dot Java. It is saying that okay, some tags are not closed. See, it is verifying everything, guys. Okay, we have opened bold tag, but we have not closed bold tag. We have opened bold tag, we have not closed bold tag. Did you notice it, guys? Yes. Okay. Perform some operation. Two errors are there. Okay. Bold open, bold close. First to close italic, then close. Properly nested here. XML tag opening and closing should be nested properly. Yes, guys. Yeah, this is a built-in tool of JDK, guys. You need not arrange separately. How we got Java C, Java P. Similarly, Java Doc also built-in tool of JDK. That's it. Let's see now. Yeah, our main see it has generated so many CSS files, so many HTML file, but you just click on index.html. Yes, we got arithmetic operations, guys. When you select it, this one new line is coming automatically, bold is coming. Constructor automatically generated constructor, no explanation. Yes, sum of into a comma b, sum method, perform sum operation, first value, second value, return sum of the two values. So basic appearance we can see that one or not. So how many things here? Documentation, annotation, comments, annotations. Inside that annotation for special effects. These are the special effects, highlights, and Java dog tool. If you know how to work with these three things, if you use them together, your work is done. If you use them together, your work is done. I think everyone thoroughly understood annotations for documentation, easy or not? Okay, what is this? Example application. Arithmetic operations dot Java. Okay, arithmetic operations dot Java. Okay, fine. Next, where you create dot Java, that is not enough. The thing is, we have to use Java doc tool while running the dot Java file. That's it. That is important. Okay. Go to command prompt where you saved it. Go to that command prompt. Go to command prompt. Java. Yeah. And now people ask a stupid question. Should we use in every project? Whenever you want to talk, generate the documentation, generate it. What is there in that? Okay. If I open dot class file, then I get same connected code. My dear Sheikh, dot class file will contain bytecode now. Why it will contain documentation? Come on, guys. What happened to your knowledge? Dot class file contains documentation. Dot class file contains bytecode. Bytecode, na? Java doc. Arithmetic operations dot Java. Okay. Operations dot Java. See, boss, when you developed your own classes, client is expecting documentation from you. You have to do it. Client is not expecting documentation. Leave it. It all depends upon in which company you are working and whether client is expecting documentation for the classes that you have used or not. Based on that, you have to take the decision. Fine. Mr. Sheikh, when we opened class file in Eclipse, it gives same type of docs now. Who said here dot class file if you open every time you will get what? Every time you will get what? Bytecode only. If you have a decompiler anyhow gives source code. Mr. Sheikh, in the Eclipse, what we are doing, you are using one or other decompiler internally to see the source code. That's why you are able to see the documentation. And please don't try to put your brain there. In Eclipse, what you are using, we are using Eclipse to open the to open the source code through using decompiler, right? When you configure When you configure Maven Gradle with Eclipse, automatically decompiler is built in with Maven and Gradle. Understanding my point? Since it is opening source code, anyhow documentations will be there in the source code itself. That's the reason we are able to see the source code. Don't give credit to Eclipse there. Give credit to decompiler that is there. Okay. So our src.zip is available in the installation itself. Maybe have not installed completely. See this src.zip, not only Java 8, in every version that is available. Java 10. Oh, I have Java 10 onwards, they are not giving. Maybe they are not giving. Java 9. Oh, Java 9 onwards, they might be not giving. Fine, not a problem because that is not a main constraint. Na? Because I just taken as a reference purpose. Maybe in other versions, you have to download manually from internet. But we are today we didn't assemble for this. Acha, let me search whether it is there in other folders or not. Program files, Java 10, here not there. Lib folder. Is there any SRC? Yeah, here they have given. In the here they have given. Come on. src.zip in other versions is there in the lib folder. They just changed the content. That's it. Fine. But we today we didn't assemble for documentation annotations, guys. Today we assembled for what? Annotations for programming. Annotations for programming. Understanding my statement? Okay. Built-in tool in Java. Built-in tool in Java. Next one, you are having annotations for programming. Okay. Anilium, how to use some method in our class. Create object for arithmetic operation class. Call some method. Solve some method, guys. Come on. Someone is asking how to use them. Calling method, creating object is regular, guys. Come on. Okay, if we compile. Extra is, see, if you compile, you will get dot class file. You can create object of that class in other class. Come on. Everything you can do. Everything you can do. Understanding my statement? Give me 1 minute, guy. Right, guys? That is the regular, guys. Okay. Gives lots of HTML and CSS files. So use index.html file to open the API documentation. API docs. Let's come back, guys. Annotations for programming. Given from Java 5 onwards. Java 5. Okay. All the Java technologies and frameworks that are compatible with okay Java 5 plus, compatible with Java 5 plus, 5 and 5 support supports annotation based programming. Annotation based programming. That means what kind of thing supports Spring 2.x onwards, 2.x plus, Hibernate 3.2 point plus, EasyB 3.x plus, EasyB 3.x plus. Okay, right, and etc. These are the quite popular one. That's why I'm taking it. From which version? Servlet 3.x. JSP is a tag based, that's why no need of annotations. Servlet 3.x, Spring 2.x, Hibernate 3.2 plus, EasyB 3.x plus, and etc. Given from Java 5 onwards, all Java technologies and frameworks that are compatible with Java 5 plus supports what? Annotation based programming. Okay, guys. Next. Yes. Annotations are internally, internally, internally the special at the rate interfaces. Internally at the rate interfaces having parameters or elements or attributes as the method declarations. Method declarations. Come on, guys. Okay, right. Method declarations. Every annotation is internally at the rate interface, guys. At the rate interface. Okay, fine. Underlaying, underlaying JVM or framework or container, container and etc. provide functionalities, functionalities for functionalities for annotations by implementing this special at the rate interface. At the special at the rate interfaces. By implementing these special at the rate interfaces. Come on, guys. Underlying JVM or framework or container and etc. will provide. For example, for the annotations supplied by JDK, the JRE/JVM provides functionalities. Provides the functionality. Functionality. Yes. For the annotations supplied by servlet technology. The servlet container provides the functionality. The underlying, what is this? The underlying servlet container provides the functionalities. For the annotation supplied by Spring framework. Spring framework. The underlying Spring container provides the functionality. We are least bothered, guys. Functionalities will be provided by whom? Underlying container or framework itself. We are least bothered about doing that. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Right. Okay. For empty annotation, empty annotation. For what annotation? Empty annotation. Okay. There will be, there will be empty interface. There will be empty at the rate interface. There will be an empty at the rate interface. Yes. So we can open source code, guys. Yes. So here you look for override.java. Override.java is annotation. Look at this. Look at this. So at the end you observe this is there. Yeah. An empty at the rate interface you are able to see or not. An empty at the rate interface you are able to see or not. Come on. Yes, I'll explain. To create one user defined annotation, we have to create another. We have to use another annotations. I'll explain these two things, but it is an empty one or not. It's a definitely an empty one. Everyone understood my point there? Come on. Right. While working with any programming annotations, while working with any programming annotation, we need to gather two details. We need to gather two details. Definitely, we need to think about gathering two details, guys. Definitely, we need to think about gathering two details. Come on, guys. Number one, definitely, we need to think about gathering two details. Uh, next one. Number one, target area of applicability. What is this? Where that annotation can be applied. So again, look at the rate override cannot be applied wherever you want. It should be applied only on the top of the method. Target area of applicability. Understanding my point? Target area of applicability. Applicability. Ability. Using at the rate target annotation of source code. Okay. Annotation source code. B. Retaining level. At what level it will be retained? Compile level or runtime level? Okay. At what level? Suppose you take at the rate override here. It is just there to give guidance to compiler. It won't do anything at runtime. That's why retaining level is what? Source. Retaining level is what? Source. Okay, na? Retaining level. Retention. Retention or retaining level. Retention or retaining level. Okay, come on. Using at the rate retention annotation. I'll explain more on this. Concentrate. Retention. Using at the rate retention annotation of source code. Of annotations source code. Of annotations source code. Of what? Annotations source code. Annotations source code here also. at the rate target area of applicability, and retention level or retaining level. Got it? Got it, everyone? Understanding my statement? Okay. So, okay. Tells, tells where annotation can be applied, like method or field or constructor or many options are there, and etc. Okay, boss. Tells, okay, tells, tells whether annotation will be recorded to dot class file or not. Dot class file or not. Understanding my point there, guys? Tells whether annotation will be recorded into dot class file or not to provide functionality. To provide functionality. Listen. To provide functionality. Listen carefully. At the rate source is there. Retention policy is source. It clearly tells that I will be I will be there up to compilation happens. I will give instruction to compiler. I will disappear. That means this annotation will not be recorded into dot class file because there's nothing to present at runtime. There's nothing to do at runtime. It is just there to tell to compiler, hey compiler, I am not direct method of this class. I am inherited and overridden method of superclass. Please always treat me as what? Inherited and overridden method of superclass. Don't treat me as what? Direct method. Okay, it is just there to give guidance to compiler. That's why it won't record into dot class file. Yes. So tell me, sir, how to know whether one annotation is how to know whether annotation is applicable at what levels? Suppose now by seeing method, I'm able to feel, yes, it is applicable at method level. This is annotation, guys. These are the enums. In this enum, we have a multiple options, guys. And different annotations will come with the different options. Okay. Element type method is there. So now you open this method, element type now. Element type. Element type is not there. Okay. So now let's go to the another package, annotation. Here you can see element type is an enum. In that one, you can see all possible values, guys. These are the possible. If type is there, class level, interface level, enum declaration, enum, enum. Okay. Field is there only on fields, includes enum constants also. Method only on methods. Parameter only on method parameters. Formal parameter means method definition. Constructor on local variable, on another annotation. While working with another, while creating new annotation, one more annotation. See, while creating at the rate override, they have used other annotation called at the rate target and at the rate retention. Na? Okay, next one. Package on the top of package. Understanding my point there. Okay, guys. Type parameter reclamation, Java 8 onwards, and generics also came na, related to type parameters we have got, and type underscore use. These are related to generic which are introduced in Java 8. So these many possibilities are there. I know most of us will study, come on, most of us will study method level, field level, okay, constructor level, class level. No, no, no. These are the various possibilities. I hope you understood this point, guys. Class level, annotation level, interface level, enum level, member variable level, method level, method parameter level, constructor level, local variable level, while creating another annotation, while declaring a package. These are related to Java 8 generics type, while working with the generics, guys. These many options are there. Everyone got the clarity, guys? Come on. Okay. At the rate target, at the rate target, possible values are possible values are. At the rate target, possible values are cool. Say paste. At the rate target, possible values are this. Yes, guys. Okay, guys. Next, at the rate retention, possible values are. Okay, first let me give the explanation. Here we have one more enum called retention policy. Only three values are there. Check it out. Only three values are there, and everything is having explanation. Come on, listen. Source. Annotations are to be discarded by compiler. Goes up to compiler, gives instruction to compiler, and will not be recorded into dot class file. Next one, class. If nothing is specified, default is this. Annotations are to be recorded in the class file by the compiler, but need not to be retained by virtual machine at runtime. This is default. Okay, annotation is recorded into dot class file, but there is no guarantee. Come on. But there is no guarantee. But there is no guarantee. Are you understanding my statement? But there is no guarantee they will have a behavior at runtime. They will provide behavior at runtime. They will provide functionality at runtime. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Next. Annotations are to be recorded in that class file by the compiler and retained by VM at runtime. Retained by VM. And so they may be read effectively. That means if this value is there, there is definitely runtime functionality will be there. Definitely runtime functionality will be there. At the rate entity, not only it is taken as a Java class, as an entity class by framework. At runtime, framework uses that one for persistence operations. At the rate table maps Java class with the database table. At the rate web servlet. At runtime functionality will be there to make Java class as servlet. So maximum will have a runtime was, very few will have a source, and one, two things will be there having class. Okay, na? Right. Okay, only these are the options we got, guys. The possible values for retention. Values for at the rate retention. At the rate retention. Or paste. At the rate retention. Source here, class here, runtime. Here are the possible values. Type, field, method, parameter, local variable. This package. Okay. What all these are, guys? Constants of element type enum. These are constants of element type enum. Constants of element type enum. What all these are, guys? Constants of Hmm. Retention policy. Policy. Right, guys. Fine, guys. For any annotation, we can gather at the rate target and at the rate target at the rate retention info using a source code of the annotation. Yeah, so far we are gathering from source code of the annotation are not there. Okay, using API docs of the annotations. API docs of the annotations. Come on, guys. Next, using IDE help. In the IDE also we'll get the help now. Using IDE help, you can see that. Okay, but every time opening source code is tough now. That's why we follow either API documentation or IDE help. Right, guys. I think you got a clarity, guys. Okay. Source means what? Discarded by compiler. That means annotation will not be recorded into Java compiler. Will not be recorded into Java compiler. Right. Fine. Okay. Now you observe. I will give the feeling. At the rate, we have an annotation called at the rate web servlet, guys. You see the documentation of at the rate web servlet. See the documentation of at the rate web servlet. API docs, 1 minute. At the rate web servlet docs. You should write docs word. When you write docs word only, it will recognize. See, what is the type? Target type is what type? That means it is applicable only on the top of class. Anyhow, servlet is a class now, it is applicable only on the top of class. Retention, what is that? Runtime. Retention, what is that? Runtime. So compiler records this annotation into dot class file and at runtime functionality will be provided. At runtime, definitely functionality will be provided. Look at the rate component, maximum runtime will be there. At the rate component, docs. At the rate component docs. Yes, annotation type, Spring related one. It's saying that component is also there. Type runtime. Type runtime. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Everyone got the clarity here or not there? Okay. Note. At the rate override annotation. Target type is at the rate override annotation. Target type is, come on, type element type dot type element type dot type a method that that means it can be applied only at method level. At the rate override annotation, retention, retention level is retention policy dot retention policy dot source. That means it will not be recorded to. It will not be recorded into dot class file to provide the functionality. Simply, literally to provide the functionality. Everyone enjoyed my point, guys? Come on. Everyone getting my point there? Right, guys. Okay. So these are the basic things that we have to go for. If you want, you can create a custom annotation also. But if you want to provide functionality for that annotation, you should create custom container. Or at least you should develop your Java application as a container. So that's why don't worry about custom annotation creation. It's possible, but that's a separate discussion that needs a lot of container development. So in order to create custom annotation, first of all, you need to provide custom container, providing functionality for that custom annotation. Come on, providing functionality for that custom annotation. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Come on, right? Not okay. In order to develop custom annotation, okay, annotation, we need to take custom at the rate interface, but to provide functionality for that annotation. Come on, we need to create container application. Container, no need of JVM, but container. Our application should act as a container. Okay, if that is seen at so and so level, do this, that kind of functionality you have to provide. We need to create custom container application. Custom container. It's not a big difficult. You search in the entire, you will get it, or in your core Java classes, you will see it. If not there, I will take it as another common topic, boss. One fine day, I will take it another. Long back, I used to teach that topic also, but that is not so important. What's important is how to work with existing annotations. I think the people who are already having annotation knowledge, now you are thinking with maturity, especially at the rate target and at the rate retention policy. Come on, it is useful, Seshna? Not at all useful. Are you getting benefited with this? I want reply. Okay, but now whatever knowledge I have given, I want to make it quite practically usable. Okay, that's why common topics. So here I will take folder as what? Annotations. In that annotation, select everything except annotation. Move all of them to there. So this is documentation, guys. That's fine. But now I would like to go for one small example on programmatic annotations, guys. Small example. Yes, it's working. We are able to feel what our theory I said so far. Save it. Anupam Chaudhary, that's why I have given other option. I have opened. Yeah, annotations also having some advantages and disadvantages. I will talk that. That's the last point. That's the last point I'm talking, boss. Right. Recording means getting into dot class file. Sivakrishna, recording means what? Not recording. Recording means getting into dot class file. Point is resist in your brain means what the meaning of is point is stored in the brain nata. Storing is also called recording. See the context, Babu. Don't apply the real meaning what you know. Sometimes you have to apply meaning with context. With the context. Tell me, your stomach is fulla means what does it mean? Your stomach is fulla means what does it mean? Not with air. Not with air. With the lunch what you have taken is sufficient or not. Some words meaning will change context to context. This guy is confused. Sir, recorded means what, sir? Storing into dot class file. Come on, guys. Show some maturity in English. No problem. Ask it. Instead of feeling, keeping in brain and getting the pain, it's better to ask. Okay. Fine, boss. Now let's see. G Drive, workspaces, common topics, annotations. Okay. Annotation test dot Java. Annotation test dot Java. Okay, fine. Public class annotation test. Now I am asking one question. If no method is there, no super class is taken, what is the default super class, guys? What is the default super class? Object. In object class, toString method is there na? Public string toString, public string toString. Come on, guys. Okay. Here I am taking one small class, public string toString, private int a. Private int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. To string, here I am saying what? Return a plus a, comma, b plus b. To string method I kept, guys. That means, tell me, boss, it is a direct method of annotation test class or inherited method? Inherited method. Indirectly, it's a direct method. It's a direct method of annotation test class, inherited and overridden method, right? Okay. Public static void main string args. Open it. I'm creating object for this class. Annotation test is equal to new annotation test of. I created object for annotation. System dot out dot println. System dot out dot println test. See, boss, whenever you pass reference variable, come on. Whenever you pass reference variable, whenever you pass reference variable, automatically toString method will be called or not called. Automatically toString method will be called. So this toString method is displaying object data. I'm happy with that. Okay. Let's see now. CD annotations. CD annotations. Java C. Annotations test dot Java. Annotations class is not there. Annotation test. Annotation test. Not annotations. Annotation test. Okay, guys. Annotation test. A20, B20. We are so happy. Come on. I gave so many times I said when you pass reference variable in SOP, toString method will be called automatically. Right. Now listen carefully. Now listen. I did spell mistake. Knowingly, unknowingly, spell mistake happened. Small letter, yes, I have taken. Now you do. Go for. This time what happened? Our toString is not called. Superclass toString is called. Superclass toString method always print class name at the rate hash code. Class name at the rate hash code in hexadecimal notation. Class name at the rate hash code in hexadecimal notation. Class name at the rate. This is the hash code in hexadecimal notation. Come on, guys. See, intentionally you have not done that. You have done type mistake. When I do type mistake, instead of giving error, saying that you are not overriding properly, it is taking it as a direct method. Come on. It is taking it as a direct method. That's why this method is not at all taken. But are you intentionally doing this a small letter? Mistake, type mistake may happen, right? Okay. So I want to tell to compiler, hey compiler, don't ever treat this method as a direct method of this class. Always treat this method as what? Inherited and what? Overridden method. Inherited and overridden method. Then what should I do? At the rate override. So when you write at the rate override, listen carefully. When you write at the rate override on the top of method, it never takes that method as direct method of the current class. Always verifies having same method, any method is there in super class or not, or in the entire inheritance hierarchy or not. If there, takes it and takes it as overridden method. If not there, compiler, it tell to compiler, okay, array check, not there. Compiler only will give error. Compiler only will give error. Let's see now. See this? Array method does not override implement from super type. Array it is, you are saying it is overridden method, but I am not finding any method in the super class having this name. I am not finding any method in the super class having this name. Okay, why? Then we realize, oh, some mistake happened. Some mistake happened. Earlier, we don't realize, but we won't get expected output. Come on, guys. So now A1020. Now, is there any chance of writing typing mistake here? Okay, anyone who knows Servlet, please listen to me carefully. Most of the time, we do typing mistake in service method name or do get method name. Very common thing. Very, very common mistake we do, especially the people who know servlet. In service method name, we write S capital letter, we miss R letter. One or other mistake we do in service method, right? Who calls service method? Container. If not there, what it will do? Goes to superclass. When superclass service method is executed, you will get 405 error. And people comes to me. People comes to me, sir, I did everything perfectly, but still error came. What is the number? I will ask 405. Then I will say, go and check. There is a spell mistake in service method name, do get method name. Why, sir? When you do container call service method, you are not calling. Okay. When you write service method without override, when you do typing mistake in the service method name, it never be treated as overridden method. It will be treated as what? Direct method. So direct method can have any spell. No, I want to tell to compiler, don't ever take this one as direct method. Always take it as what? Overridden method. Then at the rate override is very, very useful, guys. At least today you got the reason why we are using at the rate override. So far, overridden method, I will write at the rate override. Before arrival of annotation also, we have overridden methods. What is the use of at the rate override? At least you got today idea or not? To tell that don't take this method as direct method, always take it as what? Overridden and inherited method. So this avoids typing mistakes, signature mistakes in the overridden methods. Typing mistake or signature mistakes in the overridden methods. Everyone got it, guys? Come on. To tell to Java compiler that that method should not be taken as direct method of Java class. That method should not be taken as direct method of Java class. Mm, this method, how it is internally done? Are compiler boss? Compiler checks. Abhishek, what is the magic in that? At what time compiler will sir? Compiler will check, boss, not at runtime. You are thinking all these things are happening at runtime. Rust fellow. What is the retention policy? Source. Listen completely. If you listen off, this kind of doubts only will come. To tell to Java compiler, how compiler checks? A compiler can't check a method is there or not there in the superclass. To tell to Java compiler that method, that current method should not be taken as a direct method of current class. Okay, and should be taken only as, and should be taken only as inherited and overridden method. Then we need to add at the rate override annotation on the top of the method. Here is the example. Okay, I'll give one more example, guys. Yes, you need to give another 10 minutes minimum, then I'll wind up the session. Okay, now listen carefully. From Java 6 onwards, it seems 5 or 6, I don't know exactly. You have to take collections with generics, boss. Yes, na? You must take collections with generics. What do you say, guys? We must array. I'm habituated to Eclipse. System.out.println. If you try to take collections without generics, you will get warning from Java 5 onwards. If you try to take collection without generics, you will get warning, right? Okay. List. mm, listen. List is equal to new array list. Okay, don't forget, I should import the package java.util.star. Come on. List.add 10. Okay. System.out.println list data. What data, guys? List data. Okay, guys. List data. List. Anyhow, here also toString will be called. Here also toString will be called on the list collection. But you will get warning. Compile time, you will get warning. See, this is warning, na? Unchecked. Unchecked. Are you understanding my statement? Unsafe operation. Unchecked or unsafe operation. Hey, we are using collection without generics. People who are asking why means you are not studied collections properly. The people who put questions, why error coming, sir? Why error coming, sir? Why? That is not a error. That is a warning. That is not a error. Warning. Understanding my statement? Okay. Because we are using what is default array list, sir? What is default, sir? Array list, sir. Sir, such question is wrong, sir. Okay. Default size is different. Default size is, I think, 10 is there. You see, just refer the documentation. Default size is 10. Yes, yes. Everyone, please come back. Yes, we are getting warning. No, I want to tell. Array, suppress this warning. I am using intentionally. I want to tell to compiler, suppress this warning. I'm using intentionally. Okay. At the rate suppress warnings. At the rate suppress warnings. This is also one JDK level. At the JDK level annotation. Okay. JDK level annotation. But have with what? With values. It will take values. Suppress warnings. Warnings annotation docs. Docs I want to take. Suppress warning annotation docs. See this? It is applicable at class level, interface level, enum level, field level, method, parameter, constructor, local variable. Again, it won't be recorded into dot class file. Again, it is there to give, sir. Again, it is there to give what? Guidance message to compiler. That's it. Just to provide guidance message to compiler. What is the parameter in this annotation? We have a parameter in the annotation value. What it is expecting? Array. What it is expecting? Array. Now listen. Value. What you want to suppress? Unchecked warnings I want to suppress. Unchecked or unsaved warning I want to suppress. Array na guys, flower bracket open, flower bracket closing, flower bracket open, flower bracket closing. Okay. Yeah, if you apply on the method level, only method level warnings it will suppress. If you apply at class level, it will suppress what? Class level warnings. Java C annotation test, Java annotation. This time, okay, today no warning. This time no warning. Did you notice it, guys? Okay. Yeah, some people are saying stop the class. If you don't want to listen further content, stop and go. Don't irritate me. Okay, don't irritate me. Stop the class or stop the class. Again, I am telling to everyone, I already mentally prepared you people 2 to 2.5 hours, right? Since the chat box is there, don't show your talent. Worst fellows. Can't you sit 2 hours class, but how you sit in company for 7 hours, 9 hours? How you survive in the company? Waste fellows. On your head, if someone keeps 10 rupees, no one will purchase for 1 rupee, and you try to show your emotions. Right. See here, unchecked. It is suppressing what? Unchecked warnings. So instead of unchecked, I will take unsafe. Instead of unchecked, I will take what? Unsafe. Unsafe is not working. Unsafe is given only for display purpose. Come on. Unsafe is given for what? Display purpose. Understanding my statement. So the actual official value is unchecked only. Official value is unchecked only. Super. Right. Now is a warning gone now? Okay. Now listen. Right. Okay. Now listen one more thing. This is one warning. And I want to stop one more warning, guys. Everyone focus. Uh, date D is equal to new date of. Super. Okay. Date D is equal to new date of. System dot out dot println current month current month. Current month. Yeah, unchecked is a predefined word. You cannot take any whatever you want. D dot get month of. And you know that most of the methods in date class are deprecated, right? Most of the methods in date class are deprecated. This time what, guys? This time what? You are using deprecated API. One more warning. One more warning. Sir, I want to know why that warning came. So then we have an option. Hyphen excellent colon deprecation. Here only suggestion is there. Here only suggestion is there. Deprecation. Then you will get the reason. Okay, get month date has been deprecated. Okay, that's why I'm giving error. Detailed one. Previously also you can do that. Excellent, excellent, unchecked, unchecked. Then you will get why it is unchecked. Okay. Now listen carefully. I want to tell not only unchecked warnings, I want to even suppress deprecated warnings. Deprecated warnings also I want to see it. You are it's suppressing them. Compile it. Oh, still deprecated. Deprecation. Deprecation is the correct word. Deprecation. Whatever you are getting after excellent, that is the official word, guys. Java C annotation test. Now those warnings also gone. Check it out. Now those warnings gone or not. Current month 11. Are zero based na? That's why 11 is coming. Deprecated means any movement they may remove. Yeah, that's the one thing. Suppresses the warning. Suppresses the warnings. I hope you are understanding my statement, guys. Okay. Right. Now listen. One more offer is there. What is one more offer? If annotation parameter name is value, and that's the only parameter you want to use, no other parameter you want to use, then you can write annotation parameter without mentioning parameter name. You can write parameter name without mentioning parameter name. Understanding my statement, guys? Same effect. Same effect. Annotation test.java. Yes. All are one and the same. Okay. One more offer is there. Let me show that. Sir, I want to annotation parameter is an array, but I want to keep only one element in that array. Okay. When you want to keep only one element in the array type annotation parameter, then there is no need of writing flower bracket. There is no need of writing any flower bracket. Without flower bracket, you can directly write. Flower bracket is optional. Compilation. Yeah, deprecation error coming because highlighted one is I asked to suppress only one. That's why. And Java annotation test 11. Okay. Now, sir, value param is also optional now, sir. Yes, optional. Then how can you write, sir? If I write like this, any problem? Unchecked. Yes, you can write like this also. But this frozen only for value param, not for other things. Are you understanding my point? Array, no one will suppress the warning. Only I'm showing for knowledge sake. I'm saying only for knowledge sake. I never ask you people to suppress it. To teach some fundamentals, to tell there is an annotation, I'm teaching all this stuff. Everyone got the clarity, guys? So now best value is this. As of now, best value is this. I just want to give all permutations and combination, guys. Okay. Okay. Annotation. Annotation. Suppresses Suppress all the warnings. Can suppress warnings, warnings, warnings that are going to be generated by Java compiler. That are going to be generated by Java compiler. Okay, okay, but we need to specify, okay, the type of warning in the value param of @suppress warnings annotation. @suppress warning annotation. Value param. Value param is what, guys? String array. Value param is what here? String array. Fine. One small example here on the whole main method. Mhm. These two lines you remove and keep this one. Fine, boss. These are the various options that we are having, boss. If you want to use only only one value param of annotation, then then we can write its data. We can write its data without specifying param name. Param name. Without specifying param name. What is the example? I think we can see that. Without specifying param name. Next point. If annotation param, if the annotation param is an array, if annotation param is an array, come on, is an array, okay, but we want to write only one value. We want to write only, we want to place only one element value. Then one element value, then, okay. Flower bracket open and closing is optional. Flower bracket opening and closing is optional. Everyone got the clarity, guys? Then placing flower bracket opening and closing is optional. Is the example, here is the example. Okay, guys. Or here is also example. Second one also you can take it as example. Fine. These are the basics I want to teach, guys. Nothing else. I hope you benefited with today's class. You got somewhat clarity. Yes, we'll use a lot of annotations in your respective batches. So many. There I cover some more fundamentals more. Today, my basic concentration is while working with annotation, what information you should gather and how to work with some core Java related basic annotations. I talk. Nothing great I talk. Okay. Oh, I have to give annotation advantages and disadvantages. I will give. Don't worry. Yeah, one last point is there. I will give. Next class is in respective batch. Next topic is in next in your respective batch only. That will happen. Yes, guys. Now listen. Advantages and limitations of annotations. Advantages. Advantages of Java annotations. Tell me, guys. Number one. Okay. We place them. We place them directly in Java source code. Java source code for code about code activities, code about code operations. So they improve readability. No, they improve readability. No need of learning another language for metadata operations. Okay, next. Debugging becomes easy. While working with XML, debugging is very complex, guys. Problem in XML, but you will get Java error, right? Debugging becomes easy. Becomes easy. Debugging, flow becomes easy now, guys. Debugging becomes easy. Next, no performance issue. No performance issue because underlaying JVM, container framework itself maintains annotation processor. Come on. Mm. Easy to learn and easy to use. E- Definitely what here. Easy to learn and easy to use. Mm. Supports 100% Java code programming. Java code based programming. Come on. Everything can be written using Java. Come on, guys. Right. Mm. Okay, guys. Mm. EF. Next one, guys. G. Supports 100% Java code based programming. Mm. Okay. Annotations are industry standard. Annotations are industry standard. As of now, we have to think about industry standard. Now tell me, see boss, where see in XML, what's the biggest problem? I want to make Java class a servlet. In XML, first of all, you have to write where is the class, what is the class, then servlet. But in case of annotation, we are directly writing on the code. Na? You need not to tell what is the class, what is the class name, where is the class. I hope you are understanding my point. So that's why readability will be increased and the amount of coding we do for metadata will be less. Amount of coding that is there, amount of coding is there. I hope you are understanding my statement, guys. Come on. In XML, before doing metadata, you should know what is the package, what is the class, what is the method, then metadata. Come on. But in annotation, we directly apply annotation on the top of the method. There is no need of telling location. Just you can tell the purpose. Understanding my statement, guys? Okay. The metadata operations takes place directly without directly on the Java code. The Java code. Everyone got the clarity? I think you enjoyed all the advantages, but one limitation is there. What is that limitation? Okay, limitation. Okay. To change annotations based metadata info, we need to modify the source code. We need to modify the source code. We need to modify the source code and recompilation is required. And recompilation is required. To change annotations based metadata info, we need to modify the source code and recompilation is required. Everyone enjoyed my point, guys. Come on. Is that clear, guys? Are you comfortable, guys? Come on. Are you with me? Right. This is what everyone thoroughly understood it. Yes. So now you are ready to learn servlet specific annotation in servlet class, Hibernate specific annotation in Hibernate class. Okay, but slowly XML is losing its popularity, boss. Okay, in some, only in maintenance projects XML is there, or as an extra input we are using XML. But so focus more on annotation rather XML. So anyhow, this class is conducted now. So nowadays I'm conducting both XML and annotation. So you also give both priorities. Why? Because 70% of industry projects are maintenance projects. Okay, maintenance projects. Understanding my point there or not? Someone got up from the sleep and asking how to create user defined annotation. I already talked about that, guys. Yes, creating user defined annotation is very simple. Okay. But you have to create user defined container. Then you can provide functionality for annotations. Fine. Thank you. I'll upload the session. Don't worry. If possible, I will try to make my people keeping the session video also in the YouTube. Not at all an issue. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time. Today, other no classes. Tomorrow we'll meet.